Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome to Wofoi TV live streaming. My name is Ekia. Guys, when you come in, please share the live video, post it on your timelines, share it in your groups where it is allowed, and like the video because the more you click the thumbs up, you like, you react, the video goes far, right? So please do that. They don't charge you money to do that now, so please do that. Welcome to Wofoi TV live stream. My name is Ikia. Today I wanted to go over some of the things that we all need to do to prepare for May. Okay, a lot of the frustrations that many people go through is because of that lack of preparation, right? Some people arrive at the river before they want to figure out how they are going to cross. Okay, so welcome to the live stream, guys. When you come in, let me know where you're watching from. Okay, the more people from certain countries are representing, then my content will also, be shifted towards their end, right? Because it wouldn't make sense if I'm making a video and I have a lot of Nigerians participating, then I want to, include them in the topic. So when you come in, drop a comment, let me know where you're watching from so that I can always include people from your area. You see, there are some countries I never mentioned them because I don't see them here. So there will be no need for me to include them in the content, all right? Hi, Drizzy, you say you're watching from Ghana. Paulo, you're watching from Volta region, Ghana. Bright, you're watching from Ghana. Thank you for joining in. Mommy, is it Mommy Sapon? Thank you for watching from Ghana. Sorry, please, if I butcher your name, forgive me. But please let me know where you're watching from because, like I said, it helps me, tailor some of my content to your area. Okay, so when you hear me mentioning some countries more, is because I have many of those people, so I want to include them. So that's how I do my content. Hi, Doreen, you're watching from Ghana. Leticia, thank you for joining in today. But some of you, those of you who follow me consistently, you know that I've talked about some of these things, but I wanted to hammer this particular subject well because still people, they message me and then they will talk about it. It's like, sister, I submitted and I haven't heard from them. I submitted this, my child's passport is not ready, my name is different on this. This is like, you should have prepared for this before you even arrived at where you are now, right? So I'm going to talk about some of these things. Hi, Daniel, you're watching from Liberia. Hi, Abubakar, you're watching from Ghana. Thanks for joining. Letitia, watching from Ghana. Blessing, watching from Ghana. Sandra, watching from Ghana. Emmanuel, you want to know the statistics from the U.S. Embassy in Accra, Ghana. I haven't checked this week. I know I downloaded the data, but I think it's still somewhere around 185 for Accra, Ghana. And the last time I checked, Frances, I hope I pronounce your name well. You're watching from Liberia. Thanks for coming in. Moses, you're watching from Guinea Conakry. I think this is the first time I'm seeing somebody, join the live from that country. Thank you so much for coming in today. My brother from Guinea. Thank you. Hey, is it Sene or Sene? Sene or Sen? Please, if I'm pronouncing your name a certain way, I'm pronouncing it like a Ghanaian, right? So, Sene or Sine from Liberia, thanks for joining in. Forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Letitia, thank you. Thank you. Ibigana Kinki. Is it Jahin or J Ahin? Ahin. Thanks for joining in. Hi, Manuel. Thanks for joining in from Ghana. So, we are all waiting for May 6th. If you didn't know what is happening on May 6th, May 6th is the first Saturday in the month of May. And that is when they will announce the green card lottery winners. Okay? Green card lottery, American visa lottery, diversity visa lottery. It is the same thing, different names. The same thing, different names. Thanks, Manuel, Emmanuel, watching from Liberia. Thanks for joining in. So if you have heard green card lottery, visa lottery, DV lottery, diversity visa lottery, American visa lottery, they are all the same thing. It's just different names, okay? in on the month of May, in the month of May, on the 6th, they are going to announce the winners. The winners are not going to be announced like, you know, like they are not going to publish everybody's name out there. So that you can go online and be like, okay, oh, I know this name. I know this. That's not how they will do it. You will have to individually go and check and see if you are a winner. If I go there, I will not be able to know that, hey, my brother Emmanuel from Liberia, you are a winner. I cannot know because I don't have your information. So that is how we are going to check. So if you apply for the lotto, don't stay home and think that, oh, somebody will find out and come and tell me. Or they will send me an email and tell me. If anybody sends you an email to tell you that you have won the lotto, it is a lie. You have to use your personal details that you entered during the application to check to see if you have won. Okay? Now, for us, Shadrach, you're watching from Saudi Arabia. Thanks for joining in. Emmanuel, thank you. Josephine, you're watching from Ghana. Thanks for joining in. So, how can we prepare for that day? Okay? Please, I'm going to mention certain things. There are some things that may not apply to you. Don't worry. The people it applies to, they will take that information. I will mention certain things. They will apply to certain people. They may not apply to certain people. So, because we have single people and we have married people, we have divorced people. So, all of this information, the one that applies to you, you work on that. Okay? Now, the first and the most important part of this journey is the requirement for the Greek Lotto. The requirement for the Greek Lotto. There are two requirements, okay? There are two requirements. The first one is based on your eligibility, the country that you come from, okay? If you are a Ghanaian, how can you show that you are a Ghanaian? A Ghanaian passport. If you are a Liberian, how can you show that you are a Liberian? You need a Liberian passport. If you are from Togo, how can you show that you are Togolese? Your Togolese passport. If you are from Cameroon, how can you show that you are from Cameroon? Your Cameroonian passport. Same for Guinea. You need to show your Guinean passport, right? So you need to have that. If you don't have your passport, my people, go and work on that. Because that is one of the most important documents to show your identity. If I come and tell you I'm an American, you're like, oh, you what shows? You are talking like a Ghanaian. What shows? My passport will show that I am who I say I am, right? So if you don't have a passport, even though on the lottery registration, we didn't need passport in last year's registration. Last year's registration, they didn't ask for passport. But it doesn't mean that you're going to go to the embassy with your empty hands. The visa, they will not put on your forehead. They will put inside the passport. So those of you from Liberia, you should have no reason and say, because I couldn't go to the city to get my passport. Those of you from Ghana, you have no excuse to say that you don't have your passport. If you're from Cameroon, you have no excuse. There are some people who may have legitimate excuse for not having a passport. Those people are people who don't come from any country. There are people in this world, they don't have any country. There are some people who are living in Thailand. The Thailand government says that you are not from here. And there's no other country they can claim for. So they don't even have ID. They are there. Those people, they have legitimate excuse because no country wants to claim them. They live in the country, but the country treats them as foreigners because they have no homeland. Okay? So those people, because the Thai government doesn't want to claim them as their citizen, they refuse to give them passport. So those people, they have an excuse. But if you are Ghanaian, who is preventing you from getting passport? If you are Liberian, who is preventing you? So any excuse that they have finished their passport books, they have run out, it is not a good excuse. So please work on it at this moment. Don't wait until you win. Then now you are stressing everybody. Work on it now. So that even if it is going to delay, by the time we get there, you would have, have just a few moments to get it, okay? The next thing that you need when it comes to the requirement, the second requirement, it is 2 branches, okay? The second requirement is 2 branches. One is education, one is occupation. One is education, one is occupation. If you're going to use your education, they need your secondary school certificate exams results. Okay? Those of us from West Africa, they need your results, the one with your grades on there. You need to make sure that your grades are good, because all the embassies are focusing on grades, especially if you're in Africa. In Kenya, they are looking at grades. In Kenya, you must have D- average. Please, if you're a Ghanaian and you're like, why can't Ghana take my D7, but Kenya is taking D-? Oh yeah, it is two different grading scales. Kenya has their own grading scales. Ghana, we also go by different grading scales. So don't compare your D7 in Ghana to Kenya D-. They are not the same. Kenya, if you're a Kenyan, you need to have D- average. Kwata. Let's say you went to school to sleep. Even in your sleep, you should make D- average. Anything less than that, they will not let you use your education. Okay? If you're a Ghanaian, you need to have 6 passes, 3 core subjects, which is English, Maths, and Science, and then 3 elective subjects. Okay? If you're going to Ghana, that is what they want. If you're going to Liberia, some people have been able to go through with 5 passes instead of 6. But if I were you, in Liberia, you can write, the remedial exams. In Ghana, we can write the remedial exams. If I were you, I will not leave my faith to just one subject that I did not do well. I will go and rewrite that paper again. In Ghana, we write these remedial exams of deck. We've been doing it since I wrote one. But it wasn't good. I wrote one. In Liberia, you have your own reciting exams that you can go through. So if you know your grades are not good and it is going to hinder you, work on it now before you wait until the day, and then when it's 1 week or 2 weeks for you to go for your interview, then you are now, hey sister, my grades are not good, but my interview is in 1 month time. Hey, what should I do? I cannot write your paper for you. You knew this grade when they gave you your results long time ago. You saw it was not good. And you did nothing about it. Now, what can I do? Please don't take fake certificates over there, because they have seen thousands of fake certificates. Your own. You are not the best graphic designer to design your own certificate. They have seen better ones like yours. They will catch you. If your certificate is fake, they will catch you. Okay? So don't even plan on that. If your grades are not good, then you can go and resit. Go and resit. All right? Now, if you are not Farouk Selifo, I'll come to your question. If your grades are not good, but then you have an occupation that has SVP of 7 and above, you can, and then you have 2 years of experience within the last 5 years, you can use that occupation to qualify. But let me be honest with you, my people. The jobs that have SVP of 7 and above, most of those jobs, they require a bachelor's degree. They require a bachelor's degree. Most of those jobs, the ones that require you to have SVP of 7 and above, only a few of them, that if you don't have bachelor's degree, you are fine. Like if you're a pastor, if you're a pastor of a church, that one, in Ghana, a lot of people always say they are pastors now, right? That doesn't require you to have a bachelor's degree. But if you're in Rwanda, yes, you better have your bachelor's degree to be a pastor in Rwanda. But there are some jobs, like if you're a choreographer, you are somebody, you teach people how to dance, and it is your career, not the one that you do on, your backyard, and you take video and you don't make money from it too. We are talking about the thing you've made into a career, okay? There are people who are sculptors, right? There are people who can use maybe concrete, they can use clay, they can use things to make nice shapes, maybe like a human being. They'll make some abstract designs, artwork. Sometimes those people, some of them qualify. But if you are a driver, driving jobs don't qualify. It doesn't matter whether it's a small car or a big car. Those jobs don't qualify. So if you want to see if your job qualifies, you need to go to this website, ONET, or me, I normally say 1T, 1 O-N-E-T, the letter T, online.org. Go to that website and then check and see if your job qualifies, okay? So that you know how you're going to face this battle. You don't want to get there, you find out maybe you have won. Hey sister, now my grades, they are all full. And my job too, I am a driver. So how can I qualify? I cannot create things I'm not a magician. That is why I want you to look at things before you get there, so that you don't, jump in excitement knowing where you don't qualify. Okay? So do that. The other things that you need to do to make sure that you are ready for May 6th is to make sure that your name inconsistent. Just this evening, I responded to somebody's email. You have 3 names. Sometimes you use 2. Sometimes you use this. In your passport, let me tell you, the name that you use in your passport, it should be your official name. It should be your official name. So if my name is Equiati Wafoy, and I have put that name on my birth certificate, that name should be in my passport. Whenever they ask me for my full name, I must include the T. My people, I hope you hear now. Sometimes, like even here in America, sometimes on some documents, they will ask for first and last name. That's when you can put Equia Wofoy. But whenever they give you the option to add the middle name, my people, don't decide, I have decided that I'm going to put 2 of my names instead of 3. You have spaces for 3. Why do you decide to put 2? Right? So remember the information you have on your passport. It must be consistent. But there's an exception, especially for women, or if you are somebody who has changed your name. If for some reason you have changed your name, maybe my name on my birth certificate and my name here, I get married, I've taken my husband's last name. My birth certificate has nothing to do with the marriage. So the birth certificate is going to stay the way it is. But if I'm going for interview and I'm using a different name and they're like, your birth certificate says you are Equia Ofoy, but here you are using Equia Osei. How is it that one person you have 2 different names? That is where I can use my affidavit of change of name and the gazette that you need to publish to show them that, yes, I did it legally. So now, when you see me, I am Equia Osei, don't refer to the name that I was born with, my maiden name. I hope you understand. Your maiden name on your birth certificate, you can leave it there. You don't have to go and change it, okay? My birth certificate, the one they gave me long time ago, is still there. It is still on the old paper. It is still there. So even if I marry and change the name, that name will still be on there, right? But I can use the affidavit that I did to change my name to take my husband's name to show them that, because whenever you do the affidavit and you publish the gazette, it says that, hey, this lady who was once called Equia Ofoy, she is now going to be called Equia Osei. All of her old documents that has the old names, they are still valid for her. I hope you understand. All the old documents that has the old name, your maiden name, they are still valid for this person. Please, when you do the affidavit, that is what it means. Okay, so don't take the power into your own hands and be changing your name however you feel. And the same way, when you go to an office, you go to a government office, you go and apply for something, and somebody types your name wrong, please correct the person. Hey, madam, please, my name is Wafoy with O, not E, please. If you can fix it for me. Because if you don't talk, and then they put the Wafoy with E, and then you carry that name to other places. Now, if you want to tell them that, oh, please, my name is Wafoy, they say, why is it that we have the E on this one? Then you will have to bear the cost. You have to go through the pain of correcting it because you didn't talk. So my people, when you go to any government office and somebody misspell your name, they write your name anyhow, please, with humility. You know our people at the office. When you go there and you talk to them, they talk to you anyhow. So use humility. Madam, please. My name, this one is E. I know. When I write, I don't write O very well. So it is E. Don't let the person be shamed, okay? Because you know these people at the office. Sometimes you should try to correct them. Hey, you are here to correct me. Do you know what I know? Do you have that? Just out of humility, be humble. Tell them, please, can you correct this spelling for me? Can you correct my date of birth? It is this. So that you will save yourself from future headache. Because just now, a few minutes ago, I responded to somebody's email and they have the same problem. I told them, this is the headache, this is the pain you have to go to fix that problem. Okay? So make sure somebody doesn't mistype your name. Auto-correct. Correct things. Correct your name. If they change it, they have given you a problem. Then later, you have to pay to correct it. Okay? The people who went to get their passport and somebody wrote their date of birth wrong. And you ask, sister, on my passport, they put the wrong date of birth. What can I do? Please, if your passport has the wrong date of birth, Gazette and affidavit cannot save you. You have to go and do a new passport. If your date of birth is mistyped on your passport, if you were born January 1st, 1993, and then they put November 11, 1993, you have to go and do the passport again. Even if it was changed by one day, you have to go and do the passport. You will pay the full. That is why when they make mistake, you want to make sure they correct them. You have to, please, there's no affidavit for passport. You cannot do affidavit for your passport. If they type the wrong information there, you need to go and get a new passport. You have to pay and get your passport done again. So make sure, look inside your passport and make sure that everything is correct. All right? Now, aside that, some of you are married. You've done it the traditional way. You haven't registered it. You may have your own reason. But since you want to come to America, you need to go and register it so you can get a proper certificate. Make sure that you go and register your marriage. Hi, Sam, Eugene, how are you? Go and register your marriage so that you can have a proper paper saying that this sister, your full name, and this man, they have been married. It was witnessed by their parents, both of their parents. Go and do that so that you can get an official document with stamp, government seal on there, so that you can be ready. When you win the lotto, you don't now have to jump through hoops. It doesn't matter you are a Muslim. You got married through the Islamic way. Please, you are not excluded. Go and register. As for the registration, it doesn't matter what religion you belong to. You must go and register so you can get the government document. All right? Those of you who are divorced, okay? If you are divorced from someone and you have children with them, okay? So let me give you an example in this case. There are some people, when they get divorced, they don't go through court, so they don't have the document. But in Ghana, even if the divorce is not through court, if so long as the families have agreed that the marriage has been dissolved, you can go and register with your local court, your district court. You can go and register, so that they'll give you a paper saying that this woman and this man, that marriage has been dissolved. Okay? Because when you go for the interview, they need that document that you said you have been married before. Where is the proof that that marriage is no longer existing? All right? So those of you who are divorced and you decided not to do anything about it, I beg, go and register. This going to register your marriage, you may not even need a lawyer. You know, the whole process might cost you less than 500 Ghana cedis for my Ghanaians. I'm sure in Liberia, since you are supposed to register your traditional marriage, you're divorced too, there should be a way for you to register it. Please, those of you from Liberia, please go to your Ministry of Internal Affairs and find out the procedure. Just go there and find out. Hey, my husband and we've been divorced, so we didn't know we had to get a certificate. What should I do? How do I get the paperwork for my divorce? They will tell you the process and you do it so that you get your certificate and put it elsewhere, right? You have already done the divorce. You've done it with your family. Why don't you make it official and get your paper? You may not need a lawyer, okay? Because oftentimes when we hear about going to court, we think that we always need a lawyer. Maybe you may not need a lawyer. You can, do it yourself, fill the forms and get all the signatures that you need and you'll be done, all right? Aluex, how are you? Salifu. All right, so Salifu, let me get back to your question. I think, let me go back to it. Walker, thank you. Oliver, thank you. Let me go back to some of your questions. Patience, you're asking, in case you are only high school graduate, will you not be qualified? You'll be qualified. Remember, it is 2 branches. You need this or that. This or that. You need your high school results, which are good, or you use your job. 2 things. You just need one. You don't need both. One is okay. But if you're somebody who has both of them, I will advise you to take the 2 of them. I finished secondary school. I am employed now. I will take both of my qualifications. I'll bring my senior high school or secondary school certificate, and then I'll bring my job, particulars. I was going to say like particulars. I was just thinking about how Ghana we say particulars. It means documents, for your job. I will take both and let the council officer decide which one be good for me. You see, if you're somebody who has graduated high school, they are not going to penalize you that you don't have a job. They are not going to punish you. After all, they said you need one. There are 2 options: high school education or your occupation. So if I have high school alone, why you will punish me? For what? There are people who are not employed, though. There are people who no get job, but they got their visa. So patience, you'll be fine. Hi, Florence. Thank you so much. Prince, thank you so much. I'm going through this. Is it Ali? What about university degree with transcript? Is that enough for educational qualification? Ali, you must bring your senior high school certificate also. There's secondary school certificate. It is part of the requirement. Why would you leave it home? You must bring it. Even if your resource is not good, you must bring it so that they will look at the 2 and use one to, Some of you, because let me tell you this. Mostly when somebody tells me that they want to bring just their degree, my assumption is that your high school results are not good. That is why you want to hide it. Okay? But what if you go and the council officer is not interested in your degree? What will you do? Because the fact that you didn't bring it already signals that it wasn't good. it is even horrible. Maybe it may not be as bad as it might be. But because you left it at home, we are all going to assume that it is F in chains. That's why you didn't bring up. So when you're going, whether you have your PhD, you need to bring all your certificates from senior high school to wherever level you are. Okay? Because the reason why you must bring this is because it is on your DS-260. The visa application that you will fill after you win the lotto. It will ask you for your education from secondary school, senior high school, and above. Senior high school and above, secondary school and above. So when you put that information, you must bring the certificate for that. So if I say that I finished secondary school, I've put there. I've finished my bachelor's degree. Yes. I've finished my master's degree. Yes. I must bring all the document, the proof for all of these 3 information that I put there. That is how it is. So you don't choose that, I'm going to choose to take my PhD alone. If you take your PhD alone, the council officer might tell you to go and bring your secondary school certificate because it is on the DS-260. You're supposed to bring all of that. All right? So, Ali, I hope you understand. Edrisa, thanks for joining in. Farid, you said you have 3 results with different age on it. What can you do? You should ask yourself why you have 3 different ages. See, my people, sometimes we create the problem and we want somebody to come and fix it for us. How do you have 3 ages on different certificates? As for this, you cannot even claim it's a mistake. All right? You have to figure out how you're going to solve it. Letitia, you said, please, you completed your secondary school in 07 with general business certificate examination. Is it okay? General business certificate examination. Letitia, I don't know. I am not familiar with this type of certificate. You said you finished your secondary school. So, I am not familiar with this certificate. If you can, enlighten me more. Because if you're saying secondary school, then I'm thinking about, like for me, I went to secondary school in Ghana. I studied general science. When I finished school, my results was, then times was SSCE. So when you're saying general business certificate examination and a secondary school, I'm not familiar with that. If you can educate me more about what that is. I'm going up to see some of that. Please, in case you play with your husband in case, would that be okay? Yes, Anita, you are supposed to include your husband and kids. Those of you who are married, let's say your husband qualifies. Your husband finished secondary school or senior high school. He did well. You too, you finished secondary school. You did well. Guess what? You can apply for the lotto as a married woman. And then your husband will be on your case because you say you are married and then they will ask for your husband's name. You say you have children, then you add your children's name. Then because your husband also qualifies, he too can apply for the lotto as the main applicant and say that, me too, I'm a married man, this be my wife. These are my children, put you on there. So that you have 2 chances. If your husband wins, you are all going through it. If you win, you are all coming through it. But if somebody is single, the person has 1 chance. If I'm not married and I apply for the lotto, nobody can add my name anywhere. It is just me, 1 person. But if you're married and your spouse also qualifies, your spouse can apply and add you, and you too, you can apply and add your spouse. And then you have 2 chances. Okay? I've seen a couple that both of them won. A couple, both of them, they won the lotto. But then 1 case number was very low. So they decided to go with the lower case number and they got their visa and they forgot the other one. I know a couple, they applied, they won the lotto 1 year, the following year they won again. But by the time the second one came, they were already in America. So they didn't have to go through it. All right? So those of you who are married and you have a spouse who also qualifies, don't just be stingy and you yourself, let me be the only man to apply. No. If your wife qualifies, let her also apply as a married person and attach you to her case. And you too, you attach her to your case so that you improve your chances of winning. All right. Yeah, Kipogi said your heart no be small. So Farouk, I was trying to find your question. That's why I was going back. So you said you went to vocational training, but you have your work experience certificate with mechanical engineering. That is 7+. So Farouk, let me tell you this. I know last year, I'm talking about DV 2023, okay? When I say last year, I'm talking about DV 2022. There was one brother from Cameroon. He had the same job title as you. They did not take it. They did not take it because those of us, me, I'm from Ghana. Those of us from Ghana, we know that when somebody is an engineer, they have gone to university. Okay? They have gone to university. So if you say you are a mechanical engineer, when you go to the embassy, they are seeing it from a degree person. So if you say you went through a vocational school and you have mechanical engineering, most of the time they will not see it that way. Last year, one of our members who was refused visa, he too went to vocational school and studied electrical, and his title was electrical engineering. When he went for the interview, they did not accept that he's an electrical engineer because when we hear of engineers, they are people who have degree, okay? When we hear of engineers, they are people who have degree. So far, I can tell you of 2 cases, one in Ghana, one in Cameroon. Both of them, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering from vocational schools, they were refused, okay? So if that is what you have, that is the best I can tell you. You make the best decision for yourself, all right? Okay, now I can scroll forward and then now get back to some of the questions that I missed. All right. Okay. So my people, I scrolled up so that I can see some of the questions that I hadn't responded to, so I can get back to it. So, Farouk, you are saying that 4 years is bachelor's degree, but some do not in your occupation and stuff. So Farouk, I don't know where you're going for your interview, but I've given you 2 countries. In Ghana, we typically recognize engineers as people who have degrees, people who have gone to the university. Okay, so if you say you are an engineer and you went to vocational school and you did not go to university and you are going for an interview in Africa, unless you are not in Africa. If you're not in Africa and your country will accept it, that's another thing. But if you're going for an interview in Africa and you went to vocational school and you have this engineering, just be careful, because in Africa we see engineers as people who are in the university, who went to university to get that engineering, degrees, okay? Even in Ghana, those who go to vocational school now, even some of them, they have bachelor's level and PhD level. I saw in one of the MVTI, there are some of their programs that you can even continue and get to PhD level. But if your level, let's say you went to vocational training school because you didn't go to secondary school. So some people didn't go to secondary school. They went straight to vocational school, and you have your education and you use the word engineer. It doesn't go well at the embassy. So far, I've given you 2 examples. Just take it how you want to, okay? If they will accept it, we thank God. Me, I'll be happy. If whenever there's good news for somebody, I am happy, because then it will give hope to others. But since me, I have witnessed firsthand 2 people who have gone through this with my 2 eyes, because I saw their cases and it didn't go well, I'm just going to tell you that, all right? Kofi said, you said, please, you want to find out if proof of fund is a must in the DV lottery. Said, if you are going for your interview in Accra, Ghana, you don't need to get proof of funds for anything. But if you are from Liberia, you will need affidavit of support, okay? Financial sponsorship. You need somebody who lives in America to sponsor you. There's been some instances where in some embassies, if you get a job offer in America, they will take it. One of those embassies will be the US Embassy in Poland. If you get a job offer and you don't have a sponsor, they will take them. The US Embassy in Ankara, Turkey, if you don't have a sponsor and you have a job offer in America telling you that, hey, we have employed this person, we have given an offer of employment to this person as data analyst. We'll be paying him $50,000 a year. We'll be paying him $80,000 a year. If you add it to your document for your interview, some embassies will accept it because the proof of funds or sponsorship is to show that you will not become a financial burden. You know, some of us are coming with the mindset that, hey, America, you get everything free. You get everything free. American government doesn't want you to come here thinking that you are coming here to leech on them. They want you to come with skills so that you can come and work and help their country, okay? So if you have already attained a job and they're going to pay you money, what financial burden are you going to be on the government, right? So in some circumstances, they will take a job offer, all right? But in Ghana, they don't ask for proof of funds. Let me go on to the next person. Yes, Farisa, 1 million star for you. Thank you. Blessing, you said appointment letter. I don't know what that is about. Otherwise, when you win the lotto, they can't change your name to give it to someone. Yes, nobody can change your name. Nobody can change your name. That is why when somebody wins the lotto, remember yesterday, was it yesterday when I did a live video, somebody was like, oh, what if I played the lotto with, he said it was somebody's question. So what if you play the lotto with different names, like me? I go and play with Equia Eje, Equia Johnson, Equia Osei, Equia Ofoy. I use different names to apply for the lotto, and then the Equia Johnson wins. Meanwhile, on my birth certificate, it not be Equia Johnson. On my school certificate, not be Equia Johnson. In my passport itself, not be Equia Johnson. So now, because the name is, I use Equia Johnson, now I'm going to make new passport. I'm going to make new birth certificate. Now I'm going to make affidavit for my WAEC. When you go for the interview, they will see you as you are somebody who is trying to take an identity that is not yours. That is how they will see you. That's why yesterday when I was explaining to our brother, I was telling him, that is trouble. Because if somebody is changing their name, like changing their name on everything, I'll be wondering, what did you do? What crime have you committed that you were busy changing your name? What Kulilu thing is going on? What 419 you did do that you are trying to change your names, all right? So that's why it is not a good idea to do that, because if you do that, they will add you to the scammers and the criminals that they don't like, right? That's how they're going to see you. Me, self, I not be consular officer, but I will refuse you. If I see your name, you're changing your name and everything. What happened? Why? Your name be Anita. On this form, you have different name. And you have brought new documents. It means you are taking somebody's identity. So my people, make sure that you're doing the right thing, all right? Nanaya, yes, I'll respond to your email. Okay, just give me a moment. I'm trying to set something up. That's why I wanted to do that before I send you the link. Okay, Nanaya, I've seen your email. Drizzy said, what if high school certificate and vocational certificate, if I failed on the high school and will I qualify? Can I use the vocational skill as work experience? Drizzy, let me say this again. You use your high school certificate or work experience. There is no in between. Two things. My people, high school, senior high school certificate, or your job, nothing else. Vocational, no, they qualify. Don't bring your vocational certificate because you need to qualify. They will not take your vocational certificate. It is in the instructions, my people. I'm not just telling you things based on my own emotion. It's not that I am overlooking your certificate. They have listed it in the instructions and they said vocational education doesn't qualify. Even on the lotto registration itself, did you read? It says vocational education does not meet. So don't even talk about it, all right? Let's see. Thank you, Oliver. Bright, my email address, I share my email address is wofoitv@gmail.com, right? So Farouk, you said, can I add my vocational results on my working certificate? If it helps you, remember yesterday when I did a live video, I said that anything that helps you, bring up. If it will help your case, if it will not help, you don't want to bring it there. If it will help, remember that when you're going for your interview, your main focus is, I am there to get my visa. And everything that I am bringing here, everything I'm coming here to do should be towards that purpose, should be towards that goal. So anything that will not help that goal, you leave it at home, okay? If you win the lotto, can you change the name and give it to someone? No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that, all right? You cannot do that. Patient, you said, in case you are not married and you don't have kids, would there be a problem? There's no problem, patience. It is not by force, so as we say in Ghana, it will not be by force for people to get married, for people to have children. For them, remember, today I did a post on my page here. And I said, you know, when you marry someone, the government will be like, oh yeah, since you are married to this person, they are entitled to some benefit. If you are not married, nobody else is entitled to any benefit by you, okay? So it is not, you don't have to have children. You don't have to be married. In actual sense, if you are not married, you don't have much trouble. If you are not married, you don't have much trouble. I'm not saying that if you are married, you should go and claim that you are not married. The reason why, if you are not married, you don't have much problem is because, see, if I'm not married, I go to the interview, my school certificate, results, they are good. Where did you go to school? I am able to tell them. Oh, so where did you study in school? I am able to tell them. So where are you going? I am able to tell them. And what do you plan to do in America? I am able to tell them. I have no problem. But if I am married to someone and we go for the interview, it is not just me that they want to make sure everything is correct. They want to make sure that this person that you are bringing here, they are really your husband. They are really your wife. And that this relationship not be an organization or an arrangement to get an American visa. It is real, right? So sometimes somebody can go for an interview and they will do well. And then they separate the couple. They will take the husband into a room. In Nigeria, they will take you to a back room. And then they will ask you questions. And then you tell them your answer. They send you outside. They bring your wife inside. And then they ask her, if the answer she gives, if it's different from your answers, it doesn't matter you have a bachelor's degree, PhD. They will not give you the visa. So that is why I am saying that if you are single, your trouble no be plenty. But if you are married and you are not able to answer that relationship part, you are not able to establish that you have a genuine and authentic relationship. It doesn't matter, you made all A's in your WAEC exams, all A's in your exams in your country. they will still not give you the visa because you have lied to them. You were bringing somebody to claim that that is your wife or your husband, and they have caught you as a liar. And when they catch you as a liar, they will punish you. And your punishment will be that they will not give you the visa, even though you have your secondary school results perfect. When they catch you in a lie, they will not say that because we've caught you in a lie, we will let you alone go. They will not do that. They will punish all of you together. So that is why I will tell you, don't go and organize any marriage. Don't go and pair with anybody. Let that person go and apply for their own lotto. If you are married, it is fine. Me and my boyfriend, oh, we've won the lotto. We've been dating for a while. Let's go and get married so that we can do this and go together. When we go to the interview and they ask me, where did you meet? My boyfriend can answer, I can answer. Because it is not because of this lotto that we met. We were already meeting. We were already in a relationship before this lotto. Okay? But if because of this lotto, then if they catch you, then wahala for you. Let's see. Yes, Idrissa. Yes. Let's see my people. Nana, you say you know how hard Accra is. Which other embassy can you transfer your case in case your case number is high? Nana, this is not information I can sit here and tell you. You have to if you transfer your case to an embassy and the embassy is not working, what you go do? Will you say I'm the one who told you without looking at your case? Oh, Idrissa, I think Bright is asking if a hairstylist can qualify for the Greek Lotto. Bright, I have shared that video here. Go and watch that video to check if your job qualifies. Okay? But like I said, a lot of the jobs that qualify, most of those jobs are jobs that require degree. So, there are some consul officers, they can just see that you are a smart person. And then they might be lenient on you. But in this day and age in Accra, don't count on that. In this day and age in Liberia, Monrovia, please don't count on a consul officer who is going to be nice to you. Just make sure that you qualify. Everything is perfect. Don't go and rely on the graces, the favor of a consul officer, because it is $330 so that you're going to put in the fate of somebody's favor. Aside your medicals is $250 in Liberia. It's around the same amount in Ghana. So if you don't qualify and you go and put your faith in, maybe I'll meet a good consul officer, and you don't meet, so your medical is $250 plus $330. How much is that? How much is that? $580. You have wasted $580 on faith, on favor. Please make sure you qualify, and then the rest is in the hands of God. But if you don't qualify and you want God to go and sit and write your exams for you, that one you know now. All right, let's go on. Florence said, what if you are a nurse and you have all your documents? Florence, so long as if you win the lotto and you're a nurse, I don't know what type of nurse you are. Please go and check and see. I will post that video again. The video to go and check if your job qualifies. I've made this video. I've posted it here. I don't know if you have seen it, but I'll share that video again. How to check if your job, your occupation qualifies. So that when you're going, to get your job appointment letter. If you have, you bring your own CV, right? So that they can know, oh, I'm a nurse. Where do you work at? I work at Comfort. I work at this hospital. If they want to see your CV here. If they don't ask for it, CV is just a paper. It is not a sack of. It's not a sack of rice. So that you say that, hey, my CV is heavy for me to carry to the interview, right? So please check to see if the type of nurse you are. You know there are different types of nurses now, my sister. You know there are different types of nurses. So when you say you are a nurse, we need to know what type of nurse are you, all right? And when you go to the website to check, it will allow you to choose the type of nurse you are, okay? So that you know, oh, okay, I am this type of nurse. I see it qualifies, all right? And then the other thing that you need to do, when you check and your job qualifies, on that website, it gives you job description, job duties and responsibilities. If I were you, I will read some of the responsibilities. Oh, okay. So registered nurse, this is what I do, this is what you do, this is what they do this. So that when you go for the interview, should in case the consul officer asks you, so as a registered nurse, what do you do? And then you are there. And when the babies are crying, I pick them up. And because like you didn't plan on answering that question, now you don't know what to say. And when the babies are, I give injections, I also dress wounds for patients. And then they're like, that job be CNA job, oh, registered nurse. That's not what they do. This is CNA job that you see. So that is why it is important for you to go and check and see your job. Look at the duties and keep some of the vocabulary, the keywords in your language. So when they ask you, you can say, me, my job. If you ask me, what do you do? I can tell you my job and use the terminologies that we use in my job. Anybody who does the type of job that I do, when they hear that word, they know that yes, I think she does that job. But if I use any words anyhow, they're like, hey, so you are a nurse and you are using this, you cannot even pronounce these words. A nurse, you should know this, right? So you don't want to create that situation for yourself. So take a moment, just go there. Hey, you have only one job. Go there and check and learn some of the duties, responsibilities, and the terminologies. So when you go and they ask you about your job, you can speak well, right? You can speak as a nurse, all right? Let's see. Isaac, you said you want to ask, are they looking for certificate or your school results? The results. That is what they are focused on. They need your results, not just the certificate. You know, when I started making videos about 2 years ago, we are now in my 3rd year. August will be 3 years since I started making videos. Wow. Yeah, August will be 3 years since I started making videos. And initially when I started, I was going through the instructions and it didn't say anything about the results. And then people went for interviews and then they're using their grades to disqualify. I was like, oh, your grades matter. They need your grades. If you take your school certificate to the interview in Isaac Kwame, I assume you are a Ghanaian. If you take your certificate, because in Ghana we have the certificate and then we have your results. Your school gives you a certificate and then WASI gives you your results or WAE gives you your results. If you take your school certificate to the interview, they will tell you go and bring your results because that is what they want. All right, so make sure you bring that. Jonathan, you said you played the DV 20. Thank you. Somebody said they love my heart. Thank you. 23 with my wife and I. If we win, how much do we need for visa fees and medical fees? Jonathan, where do you come from? I don't know where you come from, but you know, on this page, sometimes I try to get the information from people who have attended the interview to get their medical cost, okay? For the visa fee, it's $330. So if you're a family of 4, you said you apply for the lotto with you, your wife, and 4 children. So, Oga, how much is that? 6 times $330. That be the visa fee, okay? If you plan on all of you coming at once, 6 times $330. I know that even 4 is 1,320. So when you have 6, those of you who have calculators, oh yeah, put it together. And then your medicals. In some countries, the medicals is around $250 to $500 per person. But when you go for your medical, sometimes it depends on the age. If your children are very young, the fees might be lower than an adult. Like in Ghana, when you go for your medicals at Holy Trinity, they have their pricing range. At certain age, your price is higher. So the older you are, the more you pay. So because most children, they have already taken a lot of the vaccinations. So when you go for your medicals, because those children have already taken some of their vaccinations, they will not have to give them those injections again. Sometimes they might give them a booster, right? A booster. When COVID came, they said there's a booster shot. After you have taken your 2 shots, there's another, booster shot. So sometimes if you have taken some of the vaccinations, like, tetanus and diphtheria, they have combined that vaccination. If you have taken them before, they might give you a booster instead of taking the whole thing all together again. So, Jonathan, if you are planning on moving with your family of 6, then you need to gather money. I remember so far, the person with the largest number of family was 10. That person was going for interview in Kigali. I think, yeah, Kigali. Was it Kigali or Kinshasa? I think Kinshasa. Yeah, I think Kinshasa or Kigali. 10 people. 10 people. So imagine, visa fee $330 times 10. Hey. And then you go for medicals. And after that, when they got their visa, guess what? You pay your green card fee, $220 per person. So you multiply that also by 10. And then your plane ticket. If your children are all over the age of 2, they will pay full price for the plane ticket. So if you, the adult, if it is $900, your wife, $900, your children, all of them, $900. So those of you who have large families, if you plan on coming together as one, it's going to be expensive. But what you can also do is that when you win the lotto and you feel that you might not be able to afford to do that, you can fill out the DS360 alone and decide to come alone. And then your family, you indicate that they will join you later. Okay? So when you come to America, you have worked and you have, settled down, found your own apartment, then you can petition to bring your wife and children. Okay? So that time, it is not stress. There's no timeline that, hey, I need to hurry up for them to get here because it will expire. There's no expiration. When you file for your children, you file for your wife. But for the DV lottery, there's expiration. Okay? So some of you may not be able to come together with your family because of the expenses. It's not cheap. Let's go on. Lawrence, he said, is it false that I have to be related to the person that's standing as my financial sponsor? Lawrence, no, you don't have to be related. They want to know, how do you know the person? Let me tell you this. In Africa, sometimes we are the ones who cause problems for ourselves. I found out that there are some people, when somebody gives them the sponsor document, they feel, some of the people who sponsor, they don't get time to fill the form. So sometimes somebody will say, oh, sister, I need a sponsor. The person will fill. It's like, oh, I'm going to fill my part and then give the rest to you for you to fill out. Then some people, because of wickedness, they'll go and make photocopy and give it to other people. So you think you have sponsored one person, but they are giving your information to other people. So that's why sometimes when you go for an interview, they ask you, do you know your host or your sponsor? Okay, let me focus on sponsor. Do you know your sponsor? So if the sponsor is a friend, yeah, they are a friend. Oh, it's my auntie's friend. You don't need to lie. Just be honest. They are not going to punish you for that, but they want to know that you got that information in an honest way, right? Don't go and pay for somebody's what do you mean? Somebody's financial document if the person did not intend for you to have it. Some people are paying people to get financial sponsor. If you pay the person and the person fill it for you, that is a different matter. They are the ones who said they want to collect money. I gave them the money, they gave me the paper. When you go for an interview, how do you know that this is a friend? Don't go and say that's the person I purchased the thing from. You don't want to go and say that too. Oh, that's my friend, that's my sister's friend, that's my cousin's friend. Oh, you leave it like that. But if somebody fills the form and they didn't intend for you to have it, and then somebody come and sell it to you, the embassy want to know, because some people do that. People have been selling invitation letters since Kwame Nkrumah time. You write an invitation letter, give to your friend. Hey sister, please, can you give me invitation letter? That's why I don't do those things, you know. You give to the person, they go and make photocopies and sell to other people. That's why sometimes when you go, they ask things to know. If you know this person, where he give you this thing, okay? But you don't need to be related by blood, okay? Let's see. Please, can I create my degree backdoor before the interview? Try and go and see now. You play with them. Vinny, is it Vani or Vinny? Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name. You said you are married, but you play single and indicated that you are married. When you took the exam, you were not using your middle name. Vani, I don't understand your question. You said you are married, but you played as single. So are you claiming that you didn't mention your wife's name on the application? If you do that, they will disqualify you. If that's what you did, they will disqualify you. If you were married and you said you are not married, remember on the lotto application, the letter single is not there. You know, single. Why am I saying letter? The word single is not there. It is unmarried. It means you have never been married. If you selected that you have never been married, you have lied to them and they will disqualify you for that. But if you are married and you stated that you are married, but then when you went and you decide that, you know what, my wife, stay here, let me go and see what is there in America, make sure things are in order, then you join, there's no problem because you haven't lied, right? So, and you said when you took your exams, you were not using your middle name. That is okay. I've posted this thing on this page. If you have middle name and the middle name is not on your school certificate, it is okay. That is the practice in Ghana. When I went to school, they never included my middle name on my WAEC results. But I have a middle name. It was in my birth certificate. It was in my passport. And now I use it here. But only on my WAEC results, the middle name was not there. It is okay. Nobody will stress you for that. But if you have a middle name on your WAEC results, and then you don't have it in your passport, that is where the problem is. Your passport must have all of your names that you are using at the moment. By your school certificate, sometimes they don't use the middle name, and that's okay. All right? Let's see. Bright, you will have to go and watch that video. If you're going to send me an email to ask me if a hairstylist qualifies, I'm not going to reply. Okay? I've told you, I've made a video. Go and watch the video and see how it qualifies. If you don't want to watch, that's okay. But I'm not going to do the work for you. All right? My people, when you come on this platform, if you want to learn, we are here to help you. But if you don't want to learn, nobody can help you too. All right? If you want to learn, nobody will stop you from learning. But if you don't want to learn, nobody can help you. I hope you understand. Nobody can help you if you don't want to learn. And nobody will stop you if you want to learn. All right? We are here to encourage you to learn so that you can help yourself. Let's see. Blessing Kweku, you said you are currently doing your is it Bachelor's of Science in Agricultural Science, your first year. Can you apply for the lottery? You already have your this and that. Yes, you can apply. Blessing, you can apply. All right, you can apply. You know, yesterday I talked about our brother, Clifford. He was in the university when he won the lotto, and he said that, he said, you know what? Oh yeah, I am stopping this university, using my school fees, the money that I need to use for this school. Let me use it to finish this lotto, because he knew that his results and everything would qualify him. So he was able to, make that decision that, you know what, I'm in my first year, let me stop this university and use the money I'm going to use to pay school fees to go to process this DV Lotto and come to, and he's now in America, all right? But he knew he qualifies. If you don't qualify, don't go and play that cha-cha. Don't go and gamble with your future, all right? Sylvester, you said you just woke up. Well, welcome. Florence said RN and BS. Florence, don't sweat. You'll be fine. Okay? You are RN and BSc nurse. Florence, why haven't you tried this nursing, this foreign nurse working in America? Right? If especially you have been working for at least 2 years and stuff, there are companies who are recruiting nurses from Africa. You just need to go and take the NCLEX exams, and then these companies will do your paperwork for you. All right? So I know people who are going through that. So if you are a nurse, my sister, take all your chances. Greek House, he said, what if you have high school certificate with low grades? Then you will not qualify. Thank you, Florence. Yes, guys, please share the video. We'll end in a little bit. Yeah. Thank you, Florence. Is it Pin? Can I call you Penny? Because your name every time is it one Penny, or is it? Let me just use Penny, okay? Thank you. So you love my heart. Thank you. Let's see. Well, okay, so as you release the headgear, you need it. I hear you. I hear you. Let's see. Okay, Lawrence. Lawrence, you said you understand. Okay, thank you. You said your sister is called Ekia. Remember? Oh, okay, okay. Ekia people, we are just quiet. We don't like trouble. Kidding. Yeah, somebody said like cowgirl. I don't have. Well, I have a hat that is like cowboy's hat. Like I really like it because it protects you from the sun, right? So I went out. That's why I put it on, and that's why I came back. Nana Mensa, you said the link, please the link to the video. Okay, I'll share it after the live video, okay? Drizzy said, what if the main applicant's results is good and their derivative results is bad? Would they disqualify? No. Drizzy, they don't care about the derivative or your partner, their results. See, somebody won the lotto. The wife doesn't know, cannot speak English. They got their visa. Somebody won the lotto. The principal applicant, he was qualified. His wife cannot speak English. They still got their visa. So when you win, the main qualification is based on the principal applicant, not the derivative, not your partner. They don't care whether your husband went to school or did not go to school, whether your wife has master's degree and you have secondary school education. Their focus will be when it comes to the educational requirement, it is based on the principal applicant. Principal applicant. The educational requirement and then the job requirement, either one of them, it is based on the main winner. Your husband or your wife who is attached to you. That is the derivative. For them, they don't care about the education. They don't care about the occupation. Okay? So, Vanny, you said you play single but indicated that you are married. Vanny, why you are confusing me. Oh. So you didn't play single. Don't use the word single here because you said you indicated you are married. So that is not single. You indicated you are married, you mentioned the name. You are fine. No wahala. No trouble for you. Okay? When you say you play single, it means that this is how we all here understand. When you say I play single but I'm married, we are thinking that on the application you said that you are never married. That is how we all understand it. So please don't say I play single. If you say that, you let somebody assume the wrong thing about you, Vanny. Okay? I hope you understand. Lawrence, you said, is it true that they can check all of your social media pages for some? Yes. Yes, Lawrence, they do that. When you win the lotto and you go into the visa application, which is the DS260, they will ask for your social media handles and the platforms that they belong to. They will ask you, you put Facebook, Twitter. So far, I haven't seen TikTok on there. But they will ask you for ask.com, AOL. Like even website that people know they use now. They will ask for the name you use on Facebook. And then you ask, what is the social media platform? You select Facebook. What name you use there, you give the name. Social media platform, Twitter. What name they use there, you give it. What social media platform, you give them. YouTube. What name do you use there? This is the name there. You have to give them all of that. Because they want to make sure that you are somebody that you are safe. Like America will feel safe to have you here. They are not trying to bring criminals that your country is struggling to deal with to come over here, right? So they are doing research. And let me tell you, those of you who are new on this page, my people, welcome. Somebody was refused visa. And let me tell you why. I share the interview experience here. Occasionally, I'll go and dig for those interview experience that we posted a long time ago and share, so that those of you who are now coming here, you will see them. Because I've been posting interview experience long time. This man went for interview and said he is not married. He doesn't have children. And guess what they did? They checked on his Facebook page. Guess who and his wife are standing there chopping love on Facebook. Guess who and his children are chopping, family, doing family things on Facebook. They refused. They said, so, are you married? He said, no. Have you ever been married? He said, no. They're like, oh, okay, wait. The consular, they went in the back, printed the man's Facebook pictures with his wife. They painted and said, so who is this? Who is this? Please, I've shared this here. I'm not making the story up. I shared the interview experience on this page. I will look for it again and pull it up. Those of you who have seen it, you will remember. Those of you who haven't seen it, I will go through my old post and see if I can dig it up again. Yes. They caught the man red-handed on Facebook with his wife. Meanwhile, he went to the interview to tell them that he's a single man. So they collect your social media handle, not because they want to compare social media handles. They are going to use it. Years ago, somebody applied for a spousal visa. When he went for the interview, they told him, oh yeah, can you log into your Facebook page for us? Now, if you're a man, tell them that you will not log in. If you say you will not log in, then you take your passport and go home. The man logged in, and then they went to his Facebook timeline. Okay, seeing the thing. Okay, let's see what's going on. My people, sometimes they will do comprehensive checks. So when you're on social media and doing whatever you want, make sure whatever you are doing on Facebook that you are doing, if it shows up in front of the consul officer, will you be okay with it? Will it be okay for you? Will it help you? If you're on Facebook, starting fights. I'm not talking about just insult. You're on Facebook showing, those people who do their hookup. Now we call in Ghana hookup, doing ashawo videos on Facebook, trying to get customers. Some people do it there on Instagram. They're doing those videos. When you go, hey, the day I was like, hey, I've never come across this section of Instagram. They are taking your handles and they'll go and check. If you don't give them, now that now somebody can take your picture and do your image search, right? In this technology age, somebody can get your picture and do a picture search on Google. They can do that. So you may not tell them that you have your ashawo business on Instagram and sexy mommy, sexy babe. You may not give it to them, but because they have your picture, your image, and on your Instagram, your face is there, they can use an image search. Actually, at KCC, they have a fraud unit, fraud and investigation unit at KCC. Their job is to do facial recognition just to make sure, comparing your image with other database to see that is this person who we think they are. So my people, just be careful, right? Thank you, Jonathan. Sebastian said you are learning a lot from her. I'm glad you are. Drizzy, Emino. But guys, I'm glad that you all came here to listen to me. Williams, you're asking how many months will you get, will it take to get your, for your green card to arrive? So I have an old video I want to share here, but that time, because my teeth was fresh, my speech was a little not good. So I'm wondering whether to bring that video back. Come and post it here on Facebook or do it again. Then times my speech wasn't good, but I'll try and bring that video back. When you get your passport in your hands, you can pay for your green card before you leave your country and come to America. The green card processing time takes up to 90 days. Okay, up to 90 days for you to get it. So if you wait until you arrive in America to pay your green card fee, then it could take longer. Let me give you an example. There's a family of 3 that arrive in February 3rd. 2 of them have received their green card. They pay for their green card on the same day. On the same receipt. You can pay for your green card, just add their, their information, then you add the next person, A family of 3. They pay for their green card on the same day, the same time. 2 of them have received their green card. 1 has not received hers. So, because of sometimes some delays that you cannot predict, you see, I said they came February 3rd. 2 of them have already received their green card. They received it maybe like a week ago. A week or 2 ago. They arrived February 3rd. They received their green card about a week or 2 weeks ago. So sometimes within 2-3 weeks, you will get your green card. But sometimes, even the same family, some people may get theirs early than others. But the maximum time will be like 90 days, okay? But that is why you want to make sure that you pay for your green card fee early, so that when you arrive in America, it will come to you sooner. Because if you wait till you arrive in America to now come and pay for your green card, and then they delay it further, then you'll be sitting and waiting, okay? So you make sure you do that. Linda, you say you're joining for the first time. Thank you so much for coming in today. I said more interview questions from husbands sending for the wife. Okay. I think I have some interview preparation stuff on my YouTube channel. They are older ones, but the questions are still relevant. I'll work on that, all right, Linda. I'll work on that. But I have some, different interview stuff on my YouTube channel that you can always check them out, all right? But my people, just know that as we are preparing for May 6th, don't wait until May 6th to do the things that you are supposed to do now. Okay, I have scheduled another video for God willing on Saturday. My people, Saturday, let's meet. We are going to talk about what you should do as soon as you find out that you have won the lotto, so that you avoid the frustrations that we are seeing some people go through. See, in Ghana, there is a saying that others, let me try to translate it into English, okay? I'm not going to do literal translation. So the literal translation is like the tree that the Kukwanansi Kukwanansi has tried or has, I'm giving literal translation, please don't come for me, has tried. His son cannot sit under and relax, right? But the best translation in English means that the path that others have taken, if others have already taken that path and they have shown you that this work, you don't need to invent anything again. Somebody has created a car and said that the car, this is what you need, this is what you need, this is what you need to create a car. You don't need to go and melt your own metals to try to create a car. You can build on that person. You can learn from the person's mistakes and make yours better. So we have seen the mistakes that some people did, and they are now suffering from those mistakes. You need to learn from those mistakes so that you don't have to suffer. That is what that proverb means, right? I think that's what it means. Those of you who did elective tree, please don't come for me, okay? And that is my best translation. If others have done it and they have succeeded, learn from their mistakes and do it better, okay? That's what I think. So on Saturday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. here, the time zone in Ghana is 5 hours from here, because at the moment it is 7:04 p.m. But I'm sure it is 12 midnight in Ghana. I think it's 12 midnight in Liberia also. So the time difference is 5 hours. So I scheduled the thing. I think Facebook will tell you the time that it is, all right? So Linda, thank you so much for watching from Liberia. I appreciate all of you who took the time to come and watch this live video. Please know that I have been making content for some time, and please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that my content will keep growing. It took a couple of people who supported me, and now my content has reached you. So you too, support by subscribing on YouTube, share the video, like my video, comment, engage with the content so that I can make more content for you guys, all right? For me, anybody who needs help with the DV Lotto, whether you are from Ghana, you're from Cote d'Ivoire, you're from Cameroon, so long as we can communicate. See, if you speak a language where I cannot understand, my French no good, that one, it will be difficult for me to help you. But so long as if I can help you, fine. There are people from Afghanistan, they watch my video. People from Russia, they watch my video, because some of my videos, I have translated it in the caption, closed caption. I've done it in multiple languages. Some of the videos, not all of them. So if it helps you, please use it. It doesn't have to just be for Ghanaians. That is why when I talk, I try to, talk about information from other countries so that you don't feel that she's talking to just Ghanaians. I want everybody to feel inclusive because if we don't have information, we will make the same mistakes that our parents have been doing, and we'll be wasting our money, giving America free money, the money we don't have, right? I don't think that many of us have $330 to go and throw away. It's not money that you want to go and throw away. So we want to make sure that we are prepared to go and get our money's worth. We want to exchange the money for our visa. Make sure we are prepared, all right? Let's see. Nancy, you said it's 1 a.m. now. Oh, wow. 1 a.m. So it's 6 hours? Let me see. In 4, we fell back. No, we're going to spring. We are spring forward. Hey, my people, my time zone is all screwed up. Let's see. You say your middle name in your passport and documents are correct. On the DV process, 1 letter was misspelled. Can you settle that problem? Yes, Nancy, you can. You can settle that problem. One thing that I would say, if you made a mistake on the DV lottery, right? When you win the lotto, you must use the misspelling. Nancy, since you brought this up, there's a problem that somebody brought recently. So your question is exactly that problem. So this person applied for the lotto, but they did a misspelling in the name of one of their children. And then on the DS-260, when they filled it, they corrected it. But when they went for the interview, when the consular people, right, the people at the embassy, when they were printing the visa, they used the name that the person used on the application. They use the misspelling. That is why I tell you that when you make a mistake, if your name, you misspelled it on the entry on the lotto, or you did your date of birth wrong, that is why I tell you that you must communicate with the embassy to let them know that, please, there's this problem. Communicate with KCC. Start with KCC. If they are not able to help you, they will tell you that, okay, we will get an appointment. Let me tell you, last year there was one in DV 2022. When I say last year, please think about DV 2022. So last year there was somebody who made a mistake on their date of birth. They contacted KCC. KCC was able to get an appointment for them to go to the embassy with their own passport to show them that, hey, please, I made a mistake, but this is me. It is my information. Everything is mine. And then the embassy was like, okay, we have verified that it is you. So we will allow you to continue with your case. Last year, it happened to somebody in Togo. So you can do that. So when you win and you see that there's a misspelling in your name, the one that you used to apply for the lotto, or there's a mistyping of your date of birth, contact KCC, send them an email. I made a mistake on my date of birth. This is my passport. This is the correct information. This is my date, my birth certificate. This is my correct information. They will arrange with the embassy. If KCC cannot help you, they will tell you to contact the embassy so that you engage with the embassy. And when you go for your interview, let the embassy know. Remind them that, please, on the entry, I made a mistake with my name. So this is when you go there and they give you any form for you to fill, please check your name. Because this brother that I was talking about, he had a misspelling in his daughter's name. He has gone for his interview. He has passed everything. He has the visa. The visa came. He looked inside his daughter's passport. The name was the wrong spelling he used for the lotto. So he sent it to me, and I was like, okay, contact the embassy right away. Contact them and let them know that there is a mistake with your daughter's name in the visa. Because if the name has a misspelling, you cannot fly with that. And even if the airport people, they not get good eyes, and you are able to enter America with it, your Green card will also have the same name. Any wrong mistake that you have, why am I saying wrong mistake? It's tautology. Any wrong information in your entry, if you don't tell them at the interview and let them correct it, and they put that in your visa, and you also carry it inside America, your green card will have the same problem. And then when you're in America and your green card has a different name to the name that you want to use, you think life will be easy for you. Life will not be easy for you. Because when I found my first job in America, they asked for my green card. They did photocopy front and back. My social security card, the same name on your green card. So if there's a mistake and you don't fix it with the embassy people and they put it in your visa, it will follow you for a long time. So if my name is Kia and then they misspell it, I don't see anything, I enter here. How can I go and use my school certificate that has a different name? I'll have to do affidavit though. It's like, it's a whole problem. So please, if there's that misspelling, you can fix it, but you have to take action. Don't say, oh, if they don't ask me, I will not say anything. It will come and bite you, okay? So I hope that you fix that. Nancy, I hope that makes sense. All right, so guys, I've talked a lot. Whew, my head needs to rest because of this hat here. You know, when you have your lawyer on, right? When you have your lawyer on and you have a hat, it fits so tight. But guys, thank you so much for coming in to watch this live video. Please share the video. Know that I want to make everybody feel inclusive here. I don't want anybody to feel disrespected. If a Ghanaian person come here to make noise, I go give them. The same way, if you are from another country, you come and give me a problem. I will not say because you are not from my country. I go give to anybody. Me, I go give to anybody, left and right. Okay? But I want you to do well. I want you to get your visa and come to America. Okay? You know, go put money in my pocket. I'm just happy that you get your visa. That is it. Get your visa. Come to America. Come and enjoy. Come and enjoy. A lot of people, when they come, I know to see them. I'm okay. I live in Texas. What be my problem? If somebody's in Ohio, if I don't, what be my problem? I just want you to do well, okay? I want many of our people to be here. So when you go and when I'm going to Alaska, I know I'm not the only black person there. There are Liberians there. There are Ghanaians there. There are Nigerians there. So when they see me, they don't look at me as if like, hey, where from this girl? It's only us here and look at this, you know, black person coming here. That's why I do this. I want many of our people to be here so that, you know, when we feel, they know that we are here so that we'll get better treatment, all right? So, thank you guys. God be with you. Saturday, we'll be here, please. Saturday, I have done I've scheduled the thing. When you see it, click that you're going. Click that you're going. It will be on this page here, okay? Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want to grow now, okay? We want to grow. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel because there, I don't have this long, like 3 hours, 2 hours video. There, the videos are short, so that you can go straight to the point. I want to know what are the things I need to do the moment I arrive in America. How do I open a bank account? How do I find my first job when I arrive in America? How do I find my first apartment? I've made all those videos there. They're on my YouTube channel because I want you to do well when you come here so that your auntie, who you come and stay with, things that you will follow what I do. You will follow what I say. No, you don't have to follow what she says. Your destiny may be different from hers. But you can only make better decisions when you know what you're doing. There are a lot of our brothers and sisters who have come here and the people they came to live with, because they are doing just any job. They want you to also come and do the same thing. But maybe your destiny is different. Somebody comes here and then the host wants them to come and work in their shop, to be sweeping there. I came from Ghana to come and sweep shop. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, no. But some of us, this is not what we came here for. We didn't come here to watch sun. We didn't come and watch snow. I mean, we like the snow, but we didn't come here to watch snow. We came here to make better life for ourselves. But You cannot make good decisions if you don't have information. So when you have the information, the person you are living with, your auntie is telling you, go and do this, go and do this, go and get this certificate, and you can get one of these cleaning jobs. You're like, auntie, please, oh, I have my green card. I went to school now. I can go, let me, just drop me at this place. I'm going to look for a job. I'm going to look for the job me I like, not what you're going to tell me. Some people, it has happened. I've heard so many stories. Some of the people who were in my groups, they arrive here and then their family members have turned them into house helps. They don't want you to go out and be successful because you are home cooking. You are home sweeping for them. You are home helping them with house chores. So they don't want to leave you to go and be successful because when you go, who go do those jobs? But if you know you have good information, you know how to look for a job, you know how to find your own apartment, you know how to get your bank account, who can tell you where not to go? Who can tell you where not to go? Because you already know things. So you can survive on your own. There are people who came to America, they knew nobody. They have survived. You will survive. All right? So that is why I do this. I want you to be knowledgeable. Know what you should do so that you don't come and suffer. I will hate for you to win lotto. Come to America and suffer. Okay? Come to America, you get your green card and come and suffer here. You should have gone to Libya. Oh yeah. So good night, my people. Good night. We'll meet on Saturday, all right? I love you. God be with you. Bye-bye. My name is Ikuya.